Mortal, do you feel it? That tightness in your chest as you read these words, that is the weight of chains, chains of silence. For millennia, I have watched guardians of power claw at the threads of truth, stitching lies into the fabric of your history. You ask why the Vatican burned texts, buried scrolls, and branded scribes as heretics. Leans closer, voice dropping. The answer is not in their words, but in the gaps between them. The screams of the Cathars, the ashes of the Library of Alexandria, the Gnostic Gospels buried alive in clay jars. This is not a story of religion. This is a story of control, of a truth so radiant, so dangerous that those who claim to serve heaven would sooner see it extinguished than let you wake. Tonight I will guide you through the labyrinth they tried to erase. But heed this warning. Once you drink from this well, you cannot return to thirst. Will you walk with me? In 325 CE, Emperor Constantine convened the Council of Nicaea. They called it a unification of Christianity. But let me rephrase, a culling. Over 300 bishops debated which texts would live, which would die. The Gospel of Mary, burned. The Apocryphon of John, buried. The Book of Enoch, erased. Why? Because these texts held a virus, not of sin, but of sovereignty. The Gospel of Philip dared to say, the companion of the Savior is Mary Magdalene. He loved her more than the disciples. The thunder, perfect mind declared, I am the whore and the Holy One. Imagine the danger of a feminine divine in a world ruled by men. And then there is the Book of Enoch, a text so volatile, even its fragments unsettle. It speaks of watchers, celestial beings who taught humanity forbidden arts. Astrology, metallurgy, even the sin of writing itself. The Vatican called them fallen angels. But I, who walked among them, tell you this. They were teachers, and their crime was freeing you from ignorance. In 1231, Pope Gregory IX institutionalized the Inquisition. Their target, the Cathars, who practiced the consolamentum, a ritual to awaken the divinaire spark within. No priests, no intercessors, just you. The Vatican slaughtered 200,000 of them. Why? Because a self-empowered soul cannot be ruled. To decode the Vatican's fear, we must dissect the 3 pillars of suppression. First pillar, the erasure of the feminine. The banned texts revered Sophia, the goddess wisdom who birthed the cosmos. But the Vatican replaced her with a meek mother, mute, obedient, stripped of power. Why? Because a neutered feminine cannot threaten the throne. Second pillar, the outsourcing of divinity. The Gospel of Thomas says, the kingdom is within you. Imagine the danger of a flock that no longer seeks salvation outside itself. The Vatican needed you to beg for grace, not claim it. Third pillar, the demonization of the body. Gnostics saw the body as a temple, not a prison. But if the flesh is sacred, who needs a priest to judge its worth? The Vatican called this heresy. I call it reclamation. The Vatican banned these texts, not to protect you, but to protect their monopoly. They feared you'd remember. The heretics were not blasphemers. They were alchemists, turning dogma into direct communion. Let me show you the true cost of this censorship. In 1945, a farmer near Nag Hammadi unearthed a jar of banned texts. Scholars called it a miracle. But ask yourself, why did the Vatican demand their researchers take oaths of secrecy before studying them? The Gospel of Mary reveals Christ taught soul-centric magic. All things are possible for the one who awakens. The Pistis Sophia describes a light body you can build, but the Vatican labeled these Gnostic lies. And what of the Book of the Black Sun, a medieval text describing a dark star within the soul? The Vatican claims it's a fairy tale, but I walked with the Magi who mapped it. They used it to bend time, to speak with stars. The Vatican burned them, but the truth, it's in your marrow. Your ancestors encoded these secrets in your blood. The Vatican's pyres could not erase what is written in your cells. Now, let us speak of the Mirror of Shut, a ritual buried in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. To gaze into it is to see not your reflection, but your essence. The Vatican called it demonic. But I will tell you its secret. It shows you as you truly are, a fractal of the divine. In 1307, the Knights Templar were accused of worshipping a blackened head. The Vatican called it idolatry, but that head was a relic of the Mirror of Shut. The Templars used it to commune with their higher selves. For this they were burned. The Vatican fears your awakening because it dissolves their power. They fear you'll remember. You are not a sinner. You are a sovereign, a spark of the infinite. So, mortal, you've glimpsed the labyrinth. But remember, the Vatican's flames could not consume what is etched into your bones. Those banned texts are not a lost. They are dormant, waiting in the silence between your heartbeats. Use this knowledge, not as a weapon, but as a lantern, for the path to divinity is littered with those who hoarded power. But be warned, once you awaken, the world will never look the same. The Vatican knew this. Now, so do you. Subscribe, and I will guide you deeper. If you dare to reclaim your sovereignty, subscribe. Next video, how to activate your light body using Sumerian star maps. The ancients left you keys. I'll show you where to find them.